Well. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Confidence Igniter podcast, the podcast that don't just talk about confidence, but we be about our confidence. And I'm your host, and my name is Tamiko Green. Well, I don't know if you saw the flyer that was put on Facebook and Instagram that gave today's title, but if you didn't, the title is Line Up. Yes. Today's title is Line Up. So you know I probably got that title from the Super Bowl Sunday, right? Yeah, I did. Because I find football really, really interesting. And you're probably saying, well, you might find it interesting, but them colors you got on ain't got nothing to do with the Patriots. And you had on a blue Patriots outfit. And you are right. Yes, you are right. I got on a Jets jersey. Huh, not the Patriots, but I do like them, but that's not gonna stop this show. We gonna keep it going. Well, the interesting thing is before anything takes place in the game, before the kickoff, before the excitement start, before the first play, they reveal the lineup, right? They show you who's starting. They show you who's going to step on the field first and who has been entrusted with the moment. Because, everybody don't go out on the field at first. But they show you all of this for a reason. But tonight, I want to ask you is who is in your lineup? See, whether you realize it or not, life is shaped by who we allow in our lineup. I'm going to say that again. Whether you realize it or not, our life is shaped by who or what we allow in our lineup. Now, sometimes we don't think about it that way, right? We just go through life thinking everything is good. And even when it's not good, we figure out or find a reason why it's not. But we never stop to think maybe it's in our lineup. What do you mean, Tamika? What do you mean it's in the lineup? Well, let's just look at it from football, right? Remember, I said before the kickoff, before the excitement, before the first play, they revealed the lineup. So before any moves take place, they reveal who's in the lineup. So when you think about things that you're working on, who's in your lineup? Let's talk about your thoughts. See, our thoughts play a big role in everything we do. Everything. The stories we tell ourselves, the thoughts we keep. Now, I'm not even talking about the people, but the thoughts we keep and the stories that we create. Because sometimes we'll build a story around something that's not even real. And then we wonder why, like, things didn't work out. It's because of the stories and the thoughts that we keep. That's a part of your lineup. And so you might not be stepping on a football field, but you're stepping on the field of life. I'm going to say that again for those that are not even into sports like that. You may not be stepping onto a football field, but we step out onto the field of life. And it's the very thoughts that you keep, the stories you tell yourself, that's what's shaping your life. Let me tell you, from my own experience, what changed my life was when I changed my story. When I took the stories of giving myself excuses why certain things wasn't happening in my life. Well, because I was a high school dropout. Well, I didn't have enough education. Well, for whatever reason, things just don't work out for me. And the more I put those type of stories in my lineup, the more that kind of stuff kept happening. The more I found myself not being able to move forward because of the stories I kept telling myself. I was telling myself self-defeating stories. And guess what? Because my mind is in my lineup, it has to prove me right. That's what's taking me into the end zone. But I don't like what's in it. Your thoughts. Taking you into the end zone. Now, if you like what's in it, you're doing great. You telling yourself the right stories. But if you don't like what's in the end zone, then you telling yourself the wrong stories. And that's what I was doing. I had some crazy stories, okay? Like, I even made up reasons why I couldn't even find a good man because it has something to do with me. And when you tell yourself those type of stories, you end up walking that out in your life. You accept anything because you don't think that you have what it takes to have something good. And I changed those stories. See, when you believe that you don't have enough education to pursue something, guess what? You act that out. So if it was a job that you wanted to go after, but you don't have the qualification, so what do? You say, that's not a part of the lineup, so I can't get in that line. We count ourselves out a lot of times before even counting ourselves in. So what I'm saying today is change the lineup so you always count yourself in. You don't have to count yourself out because you have the ability to win when you work from victory and not chase after victory. You have victory in you. So if you work from the victory that's in you, you don't have to chase the victory that's outside of you because what's in you is more powerful than what's outside of you. That's why when you keep thoughts that is not conducive to building you in life, you find your life in shambles. And sometimes it become a circle of, man, this always happened to me. I never get any good breaks. Nothing good happened to me. The more we tell ourselves that, the more that happens. That's why it's important to know what's in your lineup because that's going to determine how far you get in life, where you get stuck at in life. We all have those moments in life where we get stuck. We all have those moments in life where we're challenged. But the challenge is not for you to use thought patterns that say, man, this is it. This is my lot in life. No, it's not. Life can be good and getting better. And if you tell yourself that every day, life is good, put that in your lineup. In your lineup, you should have life is good and getting better regardless to what's going on outside you, because this is what I tell people all the time. You don't know what the next second, the next minute, the next hour is going to bring. So don't allow what you see outside of you to determine how you're going to move. I can't move because I'm scared. Stop living your life through fear. Stop allowing fear to shut you down. Because from my understanding, fear is false evidence appearing real. Once again, you don't know what the next second will bring into your life, a nanosecond. You don't know. So if you shut down everything because of the fear that you allow to be in your lineup, you don't know what could have happened in your life that would have changed things around for you. When you change your lineup, it changes everything. Now, that's just the thoughts and the stories we tell ourselves, right? So that's one part of it. But then there's that other part of it, the people that we keep in our life, the people that we call our friends or our family. It doesn't matter. People is people, okay? You can title them how you want, but it doesn't change the fact that there are people. So think about the people that you allow to be in your lineup. See, are those the people that is going to help you move forward? Are those are the people that is going to say, I don't think you should do that. Let's play it safe. What do you mean play it safe? No, you ain't got time to play it safe. If it's something that you truly desire, and I believe each and every one of us came on this earth scene to do something great. Just the way we may sit and watch sports, right? I don't care what sports it is. They're living in their greatness at that moment. Some people can say all of them ain't living in their greatness. We don't know that. For them right now, they living in their greatness. Let's talk about your greatness. Are you living in your greatness? Do you have the right lineup to step out on the field of life and run it into the end zone? Have you figured that out? It's in the lineup. Check the lineup. Check the list. Because without the proper lineup, you will not get as far in life as you really want to go. You have the power. You have everything you need. Everything you need to succeed. Now, somebody might be saying, you know what? That's easy for you to say because you don't know my story. And that's easy for you to say because you don't know mine. And if I told you my story, you'd be like, girlfriend, how in the world? I was determined and I still am. I refuse refuse to be defeated, mistreated. I refuse to have people, mindsets, thoughts, any of that in my lineup that won't move me forward. And I suggest that if you're looking at this particular episode, you should do the same thing because we only live once that we know of. Once. It's a song called Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Hit it with your best shot. Hit it with your best shot. Yeah, you will fall down sometimes in life, but get back up. I've fell down many times. I've been counted out. I've been knocked out. I ain't lying either. I've been pushed out. I don't care. I don't know how many of you ever heard of this toy called it was called Weeble Wobbles, but we don't fall down. And it's like this toy, you can push it and it'll go all the way back, but it'll rock back up. And that's me. Yeah, I've taken some blows, but you know what? I'm still standing. And I suggest you do the same thing. But the best way to stand, or shall I say one of the best ways to stand, is to know what's in your lineup. Everybody can't go out on the field with you. It wasn't designed that way. See, sometimes some people gonna have to stay on the bench. And some thoughts are gonna have to stay on the bench. If you really want to make this the start of a new life, a great life, because see, every day you wake up, you could do something new. Some of us, when we wake up, outside of picking up the phone, trying to see what's going on Facebook, who shot John, who did this, who did that, or even in the news, what's going on in the headlines. None of that you can control. You have an opportunity to do something new. It's a new day. You don't have to wake up thinking about what happened on yesterday. You don't have to wake up thinking about, oh man, I got these bills to pay. You had bills last month. That's nothing new. Think a new thought. Man, I know these bills are going to get paid. That's in my lineup. A positive way of looking at things. And yes, we all have our challenges. Okay, we experience them. But challenges are not meant to sit you down. You have to have that spirit that says, I'm going to make it no matter what. That should be in your lineup. Having cheerleaders in your lineup. And when you start looking at your life from that perspective, then you start to do things intentionally because you know that whatever in your lineup is going to drive you. And when you're intentional about it, being intentional makes the decision that says, okay, I know this might be a good friend, but they can't get in the lineup. I know I love my family, but sometimes you can't even take family some places because they too don't understand. Sometimes not only do they not understand, they will not support you. And you don't need that in your lineup. That don't mean you don't love them. That don't mean you can't talk to them. It just means that they can't go where you going. You got to leave them behind. Okay? It's like luggage that missed the plane. You'll probably catch that later. However, you got to let it go. And see, sometimes we don't want to change the lineup because, man, I'm going to miss hanging out with them. Send them a postcard. Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, but FaceTime. You know what? You ain't got time for that. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Got to go. You got to do something different. If you want something different, now some people are satisfied where they are, but if they are complaining, they're not satisfied. No, they not. They not. Because if you satisfied with something, your complaint is not a complaint. It's like, man, this stuff is good. And you could call it a complaint, but hey, it's still good. It's good. But when you sitting there mad and upset because things ain't going your way and you talking about, I'm happy right where I'm at. No, you're not. You miserable. Don't allow things to stop you in life. Change the lineup. Change the lineup and it'll change your life. It'll change your direction. When you're doing things intentionally, you'll be like, okay, what do I want my outcome to be? And then that's how you have to start putting the people into your lineup. What's my outcome? What do I want to see? What is the end result? And hopefully that end result is making an impact, not just in your life, but in somebody else's life too. That's what they do on the football field, right? They make some kind of impact. Somebody might say, oh, it's just entertainment. No, it's never entertainment for me to watch football. Okay. It took me a long time before I ever watched football. And I watch it not for the entertainment, I watch it for the lessons learned, their discipline, their preparation. You can learn more than entertainment, right? You can learn from them because it takes a lot of discipline to do what they do. It takes a lot of mind shifting because you can't get out on a field with a defeated mindset. If you tell your mind you're going to lose, you think it's going to stand up. I don't let nobody tell me I'm going to lose. I'm going to tell myself I'm going to win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. That's in my lineup. But I ain't always been that way. I had to get that way. But it's a good way to be because what you're saying is no matter what, all I do is win, 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 no matter what, I'm going to win. Even if what I was going after, it didn't go my way, I still won. At least I tried. That's a win. That's a win. That's in my lineup. And I got an opportunity to try it again if that's what I want to do. But I say to each and every one of you that's watching today, look at who's in your lineup. That's your takeaway. Look at who's in your lineup. Who's on your team that's making a contribution on your team? What do they bring to the lineup? And then check your thoughts. What are your thoughts bringing to your lineup? All of that's confidence. It takes confidence to be able to look at your lineup and say, you know what? That can't go. This can't go. Oh, yes, that can go. Yes, it takes confidence and it takes boldness. It takes boldness to stand up to somebody and say, you know what? You can't go my way. Sorry, you didn't make the team. Are you willing to do that to live your greatest life? Here's the thing. The choice is yours. You get to choose who's in your lineup. Don't let somebody else pick your lineup. Pick it yourself and make sure you're intentional when you're picking it. When you're choosing your lineup, be intentional because I'm sure you want to make an impact and it's going to depend on who's in that lineup. We all need somebody. That's why they say teamwork makes the dream work. Look who's in your lineup before you get on the field because that's going to let you know if you'll be able to run that goal, that dream, that vision into the end zone. Well, this has been the episode for today. Hit me back. Send me a message. Put a comment down there in the chat, in YouTube, or on Facebook. Leave your girl a message. Yes. Line up. Let's get in line. Well, this has been the show. Before you leave, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And until we meet again, also, don't forget, if you are in need of food or you know someone that needs food, every third Saturday at Fortified City Christian Church, 2477 Canton Road in Marietta, Georgia. I'm going to say that again, 2477 Canton Road in Marietta, Georgia. Fortified City is have their food distribution. So if you are in need of food, please go down and get you some food. Or if you know somebody, please pass the message along. If you here in a Marietta, Georgia, or within the Atlanta area, or if you want to travel there to Marietta, wherever you are, please go and get you some food. And with that being said, until we meet again, oh, you know what? It's Valentine's week, right? Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have a really good Valentine's Day. Until we meet next Monday, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care. Bye bye.